Hi book friends, welcome back to my channel. I am Jen and this is going to be my April TBR. For the last couple of months I've been using my Dragon Horde board game that I've made to curate a TBR. The month of April is my birthday month. April 16 I will be the big 4-4 and I think I just want to use this month to mood read. I want to use this month to read a bunch of standalones that are on my TBR so that I can get that physical TBR number down a little bit. And I also want to focus on Words of Radiance, which I have been reading for 2 months and I'm only this far. That is not to say that this is not a good book. It is a really good book, but it's a lot. So I think in order to be able to bust through the rest of this in April, I need to read some standalones and I need to read some lighter books. So probably not a lot of fantasy going on except for Way of Kings and maybe one other. So I have a stack of TBR maybes that will be read in the month of April and we'll see which ones I get to. So other than Words of Radiance, on my Kindle, I am hoping to get to Phantasma. I've heard great things about this one. Enchantra comes out in April. And if I like this book, I think this is probably going to be one I buy for my bookshelves because I think it's just a beautiful book to look at. And I'm thinking of doing something kind of out of character, and that is joining an in-person book club. I am in lots of book clubs online, lots of buddy reads. But I'm an introvert. My plans always have good intentions, and then when the day rolls around, I always make an excuse not to be there in person. There is a local plant shop in my area who started a book club, and they had their first meeting last night, and I didn't go, but that's only because I had already read the book months and months ago, and I just didn't really like it, so I was not excited about talking about it. But for April, the book that was picked was First Time Caller. This was one that's on my TBR. I got it in last month's or the month before's book of the month. This is by B.K. Borison. So this is definitely going to be a priority read for April. The other priority read I have for April is Fearless, which is the last book in the Powerless trilogy. Loved the first book. Sort of liked the second book. It was definitely a filler. Third book, I feel like is going to be a banger because of the way the second book ended. This is also a series that my daughter is reading, so we can discuss it together, so that's exciting. And let's talk about the books that I have in this stack. These are in no particular order. These are just books that I am possibly hoping to read. The first one is Dungeons and Drama. This is a YA romance that is centered around Dungeons and Dragons, and I love any kind of book about nerdy love. In fact, I'm so sure that I'm going to like this book that I already bought the sequel to this book before I even read this book the first time. So it better be good. If not, I'll have 2 books to unhaul. The next book is the only Allie Hazelwood book that I haven't read, and I have no idea why, because usually as soon as I pick up Allie Hazelwood, I read her. She's my all-time favorite romance author, and that is Not in Love. Everything I have read by Allie Hazelwood so far has been a 5-star, so I am excited that this one will also be a 5-star. These next 2 are in the same series, and when I say series, they're not connected. It was just 4 books that were released with, I guess, Disney-inspired titles and plots. So the first one is Christina Lauren's Tangled Up in You, Rapunzel, obviously. And this one is Julie Murphy's If the Shoe Fits, which follows Cinderella, or a Cinderella-inspired romance. There's also 2 more in this series that I don't have yet. This one is The Banned Bookshop of Maggie Banks. I, Maggie Banks, solemnly swear to uphold the rules of Cobblestone Books. If only I, Maggie Banks, cared about following the rules. Any book that's about books, especially banned books, count me in. This is a series that I have been wanting to read for a long time, so I may start it this month. I've heard that it's an emotional read. And that's Beartown by Frederick Bachman. From what I know about this, it's a hockey town, or a town centered around a hockey team, and something tragic happens. And I do believe there's 3 books in this series. I have not read anything yet by Frederick Bachman. This one might be my April audiobook. I'm not sure, but I have it in physical form just in case, and that is Christina Lauren, The Paradise Problem. I picked this one up at a thrift store, and it's been sitting on my shelf for a couple of months. I've read about 4 books by Christina Lauren, and I've really, really liked every single one of them. The other one I have, and I do have a physical copy of it, but it's upstairs, and I just don't want to go up there and get it, is The Time I Got Drunk and Yeeted a Love Potion at a Werewolf. I did read the first book in this series, which is The Time I Got Drunk and Saved a Demon, and I really liked it a lot more than I thought I would. Had a really good time with it, and I would like to continue the series, so I'm hoping to get to this book, if not this month, soon. And that's it. It is going to be a very laid-back, mood reading month for my birthday. The month of April has so many releases that are happening that I am really excited about. I actually have an April release video up on my channel if you are interested, and I have added a lot of them to my Amazon wish list. So for my birthday, I'm hoping to get a couple of those books as well. Next month, we will jump right back into the Dragon Horde board because I am looking forward to doing this mood read and see how it works out, but I'm also missing following the prompts to pick a TBR. I think that that's really fun, and a lot of the time it forces me to pick up books that I would not have necessarily picked up. And as a little side note, April 1st, the bingo board for r/fantasy will be released. If you're not sure what that is, over on Reddit every year they release a bingo board. And there's an easy mode and there's a hard mode, and it is just to help you read outside of your comfort zone, get through your TBR, pick up things you might not have picked up normally. It runs from April to April. And this is going to be the first year. So I guess this would be the 2025 board from this April to next April. And this will be the first year that I am participating in that. And so I really wish they would release the boards early, but they don't. They release it, as far as I know, on April 1st. So if you are also participating in the r/fantasy challenge, or you are interested in doing it with me, you can look for my video sometime in April. I'm not sure when I will get it posted because I don't know how long it's going to take me to curate a TBR to match all of those prompts. If you haven't yet liked or subscribed to my video and you want to see more of my content, then just hit that little button. I appreciate all of your likes, your comments, and your subscribes. And until the next video, happy reading.